Hello, everyone. Thank you very much for watching today. Now it's Thursday. I did a video earlier that was for Wednesday. So sorry. But today's topic is your time is now. It is time to take action. So now is the time out of any other time in real estate. Now is the time. And I'm going to explain why. Because of I'll start with this, because of the changing market. Now, you've heard of this, the law of attraction. So I read that book, The Secret. Remember that book? Did you read it? The Secret, the law of attraction. That's basically what The Secret was about. And it didn't really sit with me that well. It just didn't just law of attraction. So I added to that my personal beliefs is the law of action. The law of action brings the attraction that brings you whatever you want and need in life. So some things to think about and why it's time to take action now. I have so many agents that I've been talking to because of the changing market. Changing market. So many times, downturn in the market, it's a worse market, better market. It's always a changing market. That's all it is. There's always going to be a time that is technically better, and there's always going to be a time that is not as good. But bad? No. Well, like right now, people are like, the market is bad. I'm like, the market is not bad. It's just might be in general not as good as it was. But 30 years ago, when interest rates from 1970 to 1990, as the records I saw, we never saw rates under 10%. It wasn't until like 1991 that we saw rates under 10%. That's right when I got into real estate. It was booming in 1991, 92 when I got into real estate for the first time, because the interest rates just ticked under 10% for the first time in people's history that they knew about. And we're going crazy for real estate because the rates were in the nines. So the point I'm getting at is that why I feel this time is the perfect time to take action and to go find a business and start reaching out to people, because they're talking about it, they see it in the news even more. Not good or bad. When there's good publicity or bad publicity in real estate, or not bad publicity, or like say market is doing great, market is doing poor, that's when people want to hear about you. And that's when people want to talk to you about real estate. When it's just ho-hum, nothing going on in real estate, nothing's happening to the rates, nothing's happening, who wants to know about it? This is why you see it on the news all the time. That's why you see the articles, you hear the everything pop up about interest rates and news and the economy and the housing market, because that's what people want to hear about. And who is their trusted real estate advisor to give them the scoop anytime they want it? That's you. Now, also, when the market turns good or bad, or good or not as good, I hate to use the word bad. It's never bad. There's never a bad real estate market when you come to realtors, as long as people are buying or selling a house. Okay, I'm going to say this. Don't hurt me for it. Don't send me any negative comments. You're like, what is he going to say? You as a salesperson, who cares what the values of the houses are? We don't care what the values of the houses are. That's for the people that have the houses. We care about how many houses there are for sale and are going to sell. Just like a car. You think you go in a car dealership, you think that car salesman cares if they raise the price of a car $500 or $5,000, or lower it by $5,000. They don't care. If they drop the price of a car by 10%, how many more cars are they going to sell? If it's a $60,000 car and now it's $55,000. People are not running off the street to buy that car, and they don't care. They just care about how many that they're selling. And that's what you have to care about. And right now I see it, the same number of houses, or maybe 10%, 5% less are being sold That's not going to kill your business. So what I'm trying to get at now, that this is the perfect opportunity to reach out to people, to tell them, I'm here for you when you're uncertain about the market. I know I'm saying this and it come out wrong. I love it when the market's uncertain, because this is when people need us and want to hear from us. When the market's like, if everybody thinks they know the market, I know it. I don't need an agent to tell me what's going on. That's not where we want it. We want always things to be moving and it popping up good or not as good. It keeps our jobs in the spotlight of the consumer. Real estate, that's our jobs. That's what we do. We love it. When I see it on the news, on CNN, I see it when I pop up my news online, I love housing, 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 housing. That is an advertisement for you. So now take advantage of that. Make your calls, call the people, bring that action to bring the law of attraction, to bring people to you. Then the times when real estate is on people's minds the most, that's when you reach out the most, especially with values. Talk to anybody that's in investments. When anybody's in investments, your stockbrokers, your financial advisors, talk to them. Tell them how many times, when do they get the most phone calls? When do people call them the most? Not when the market's flat. They call them the most. Okay, market's flat, very little calls. Market's up a little bit, goes up, they get more calls because people want to invest more. When the market goes down, man, do they flood the calls into their advisor, their financial advisor. You're the real estate advisor. That people want to know. Values of houses, not all over the place, in certain areas are coming down. We just got off a high. People were selling for over asking price. I'm sorry to say this. I was telling sellers this. If anybody asked me, not every one of my seller or buyers asked me this, but any one of my buyer asked me this, do you think this is a time to buy? If you need to, but your values, you're paying $20,000 over asking price. If you think that your value might not come down over the next couple of years, that can happen, and it is. So who wants to talk to you now? Those people that are worried about their home values and when they could sell it. So this is a time to connect with people, all the people that you've ever sold a house for, anybody that owns a house, keep them updated the market of what's selling in their area so they can see what's happening in their market, and they can see how the market times have changed, how many showings have changed, how the values have been changing now, and continue it until they're ready to sell. So I could go on and on for hours about why this is a great, great time in real estate for agents to start taking action and communicating with people. So that's it. I could go on for hours about this, but if you want to talk more about the subject, I'm happy to, love to, as I've been in the business 30 years. I've seen ups, supposed downs, ups and changes in the market, and where agents did the best. And there are lots and lots of agents that did their best when supposedly it was a down market or things changed. So take advantage of that. Call me. I'll be happy to set some time aside and tell you all my opinions and my experience of what I've seen over the last 30 years and how to take advantage of it in the future. All right, that's it. Have a wonderful Thursday. We'll see you tomorrow on Friday. Bye-bye.